university. I thought tonight I'd tell you something rather idiotic I did in my very first week. Now, when you come along to university, you've left your past behind you. Or so you think. You've left those awful braces in the bowl cut, thanks Mum. 3 years I had that. Over there as well, you're a boo. Wasn't okay. You leave that all behind, and in freshest week, you join everything because you think that is what will make you cool. Spoiler alert, it really won't. If you're born uncool, you die uncool. I've learnt that the hard way, ladies and gentlemen. But I went along to freshest week, and I joined the basketball team. To look at me, you wouldn't think I was sporty, and you'd be right. You see, I had a very traumatic incident in primary 1, so age 5 at my sports day. It was the 50-metre dash. I came so last, they had stopped giving out stickers at the finish line. You know the ones? Good sport, well done, champion. You wear them like a badge of honour. That would have been nice. So as you can imagine, that emotionally scarred me. I kind of avoided sport for the rest of my academic career, really. That's probably why I'm doing medicine. The only exercise you need is to be able to pick up a very heavy book and carry it to the table. You can then spend 20 minutes eating chips studying anatomy. It's very exciting. But I joined basketball, and this is probably where my first mistake was. The guy at the stall was very hot. So instead of listening to when and where I should turn up, I was staring into his deep blue eyes, imagining our future together. My wedding dress was beautiful. And because of this, I didn't turn up to the amateur and immature team, as it was called. Instead, I turned up to the Scottish national basketball team tryouts. I realised that something was terribly wrong when I walked in and was faced with 20 or so 6-foot giants snarling at me as if I were one of their protein shakes. But I thought, because I don't like to be wrong, I can give it a go. I'm 5'5". I thought if I could get the ball, I could go onto their legs. They wouldn't be able to reach me. Turns out I didn't actually get to a point where I touched the ball. I didn't make it through the warm-up. The warm-up was to run up and down the course. It was an exercise called the suicide, which is quite aptly named. So you're running up and down, you're dodging between each other, and oh, it was painful. I managed 3. So for 3 minutes, and I'm proud of this, I kept up with the Scottish national basketball team. They were a bit ahead. Unfortunately, at the end of the 3rd minute, I hit an emotional and mental wall. And soon after that, I hit the physical wall as well. Like that. So as I was lying on the floor, I started to realise something had gone terribly, terribly wrong. My throat had begun to close up as a response to the onslaught of exercise I had just put myself through. I could not breathe. I could not move. I could not carry on. In hindsight, I really should have admitted at this point I was in the wrong place and I was not physically able to continue. But as we've established, I don't like to be wrong. I can't really blame the sports centre for thinking I was having an anaphylactic fit. I was purple, my eyes were bulging, and I was making a very exciting noise. Like that. So they presumed I was having an anaphylactic shock after eating a peanut which had been in my bag. I don't have enough allergy, ladies and gentlemen, and on reflection I probably should have pointed this out before they got the EpiPen. It gets worse. See, turns out when you have an anaphylactic fit, which is hard to fake, or how do you know, in the middle of a sports centre in Edinburgh, they don't let you go home and walk it off. Instead, they bring the EpiPen and they shove it in your buttock. You are then not allowed to go home, even after that disgrace. You then have to go to hospital for 4 hours for observation to make sure it doesn't happen again. So if there's one thing I can leave you with, It's this. If you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, just admit it. Otherwise you find yourself with your pants down in front of 26-foot demigods. Flailing. EpiPen in the button. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Emily Kerr. You've been fabulous. Thank you very much.